Tree Country 1330 WTRE. It is Wednesday. We've got North Decatur schools joining us this morning. And guys, it's time to wrap it up, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Spring break is over.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
It was a very fast week, wasn't it?
Yes.
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 So we've got both the high school and elementary. A lot of to come here in the last 9 weeks. It sounds like we're on the home stretch. But you guys pack a lot into the last 9 weeks.
Yes, it's definitely a busy time. It's fun, but several things going on for sure.
Right.
So.
Do you want to catch us up on the elementary and
Sure.
where things have been?
Yeah. So we're been trucking along here in this second semester. Our boys and girls basketball teams they've finished up their seasons, and happy to report we definitely have some good athletes that'll be coming up to the high school.
It's good to hear.
Yes. So very good athletes. So of course we had some weather back in January. We were out for a little bit and had to deal with some e-learning, and but thankfully we're one-to-one in school, so we were able to do that, and appreciate everyone's support. I know that's never an easy task for parents when they're trying to work and kids are at home and trying to complete assignments and things, so we appreciate that. But see, our archery team, they've been doing very, very well. They qualified for the state tournament this year and set a PR as a team, and they've also qualified for the national tournament in May.
That's exciting news.
That is exciting. Mr. Sherman's the coach for our archery team and does a very, very nice job. Robotics team, they've had a couple competitions, and they seem to be improving each time. Let's see here. We had 37 new students inducted into our National Elementary Honor Society, which was I've never done that program at the elementary before in my where I've been at previously, so it was a very, very nice ceremony and quite an honor for those kids. And they have to complete an application process for that and have to have teacher recommendations and feedback. So that's a real honor.
And that's impressive for 37.
37 new ones. So yeah, very, very nice. Let's see here. Our preschool, they've been thriving this year. It seems like they've had a lot of visitors from the community coming in to do presentations for them. We've had nurses, dental assistants, medics, even the street department's been in, and so they always love when they have those visitors. And then finally, before spring break, we starting, I think, what's going to be a new tradition at North Elementary in our students versus staff basketball game.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I'm happy to report that the staff was victorious. We may have had a height advantage a little bit there, but we won 16-13, and no adults were injured in the process.
Well, a competitive game, though, at 16-13.
It was. Like I said, I mean, this we were playing some sixth graders, and there are some very, very good athletes in that group, so we're taking this as a big win for the staff.
Very much so. Are you going to tell us who all played? Do you remember?
The teachers?
The teachers.
Well, let's see here. There was Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. Badel, Miss Bass, and myself. And Mr. Canfield was out there. Melissa Nesbitt played. She's a former lady Charger.
Yes.
And so that's all that's coming to
Quite
me right now.
Quite the lineup, though.
Quite the lineup, yes.
That's right. Well, we're glad no one was injured.
No one was injured, and that's a win right there itself.
Yes, that's a success story right there.
Very good.
Yeah, so it's been very, very good.
Been busy.
So, yeah.
So as you approach this last 9 weeks, there is so much to get done.
There is. So this is the time of the year where you are closing out one school year, but you're preparing for the next. And so we have recently had our kindergarten roundup, and we have had over 70 students come through roundup, and that's very, very promising. Usually, from my understanding with roundup, we may have 50 students or so. So we are up significantly, and
nice.
Usually you'll still pick up some between now and through the summer as well. So we could be looking at 80 students or so in kindergarten. So
very nice.
Big numbers. And also we have our registration open for our preschool for next year as well. and we're going to be offering both half days and full days. This year we just did full days.
Okay, so that's a change.
So that's going to give just another option for our families, and that link is on our school website. But I know that we're going to have a registration night as well in May for those preschool families. So, but yeah, and then also I want to say, even though we've had kindergarten roundup, if there are any others that are looking to come to North Elementary next year, please just call the elementary office and we'll get you set up with a time to come in and go through an evaluation with our kindergarten teachers. So.
As far as registering for all the other grades, is registration open yet, or is that wait till summertime?
No, that will happen in July.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't want to get too anxious for that.
We don't want to get too anxious yet, no. But yeah, that'll come later in the summer.
All right. You have some summer programs coming up as well.
We do. So we have Camp Invention that is hosted at North Elementary. Mrs. Smith, she organizes that along with some other teachers each year, and so that's going to be done the first week in June. And that's not just North Decatur Elementary thing; that's open to other area schools and children. So we look forward to that. So we have some information that we're going to be posting soon. So please be on the lookout for that one. And then also some other exciting news that we have. So next year we are partnering with the YMCA to have both before and after school care at the elementary.
This is a brand new program for you guys.
Yes. So what we have done, we have a bus that will take students after school to the Y, okay? And that's just for after school. But this is going to now be held actually on school grounds. Nice. And it will have the before school care as well. So, and we have put that information out on our Facebook page. And so, yeah, pretty exciting.
Do you know what time they'll be able to drop off in the morning?
So in the mornings, they are able, before school care will be starting at 6:30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And after school care, they can stay as late as 5:30, and they'll have snacks provided, and there will be homework help. So, yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Great new addition.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, as you are preparing for next year,
yes,
you have some staff changes coming.
I do. I have a couple of changes. So, after many years, one of our beloved first grade teachers, Mrs. Jane Burkert, will be retiring, and so she's been at North Elementary for I think around 29 years, and has serviced many of our students and families, and she is just phenomenal. You couldn't ask for a better teacher in Mrs. Burkert, so she will be greatly missed. And then also we have one of our instructional assistants, Christy Nesbitt, is going to be retiring after 21 years with our schools.
So you're losing some longevity there.
We are. So got some big shoes to fill there. So yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
Any other upcoming things at the elementary?
Oh, I mean, of course, the 9 weeks brings lots of different things coming up. Of course, the dreaded I-Learn testing.
Yes,
for everybody.
yes.
But we still have a Touch-a-Truck event that Miss Blair, our counselor, has organized. That's coming up. We have Math Bowl competition. We have our grandparent night in April. Several field trips coming up, field day, and of course we do a special graduation for our kindergarten, our 6th grade students as well. So
those are all on the docket.
Yes, so exciting times and busy.
Now, for people that have not been to Grandparents' Day yet in North Decatur, let's just talk about that for a minute.
Okay, yeah, and I haven't either, so this is going to be new for me.
Yeah, so it's a big night.
From my understanding, yes. So it's held in the evening time, and I know we'll have art that the kids have worked on. That's going to be displayed for families to see. There's cookies, there's punch. I mean, there's people all over the building, it sounds like.
It's a very busy night.
Yes.
And the Wax Museum, right?
And the Wax, yes, and the 5th grade Wax Museum, yes. See, you know more about what I do.
Listen, I hear from a lot of kids in this county. There's a lot that goes into that night.
Yeah, so looking forward to that for sure.
Very good.
Yeah.
Let's hop over to the high school for a minute. What's been going on at North High?
What hasn't been going on? Really a lot of things FFA in our ag department. I'm coming from a school that didn't have FFA, so this is a kind of a really pleasant experience going through all this. And we have two really good teachers, Mrs. Kessler and Mrs. Mormon, that have been doing a phenomenal job with that. So that being said, they have the FFA banquet coming up next week, where those members are going to be highlighted for all their accomplishments and achievements. Also, the FFA is sponsoring, and I got the flyer here, the Sunshine Makers Craft and Vendor Show. That's going to be March 28th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we're going to have craft vendors, free admission, Easter egg hunt, and it's going to be geared towards kids that are ages 2 to 10. So I hear that's a really good opportunity. I know the one in November around Thanksgiving was very popular as well. So, but yeah, all things FFA and ag. Also, we just talked to an individual, I think it's Jeremy Pazel. Mm-hmm. He's from the Decatur County Fairgrounds.
Yes, he's one of the county commissioners.
Yeah, so he's reached out, and then our ag department is going to be kind of manufacturing some picnic tables for them.
Very
so
exciting.
Anywhere between 10 and 12 of them, I think. So they're really excited about doing that. They used to do, well, they still do, sheds, but they have one shed that they're going to be putting together, so this will keep the students busy. So
coming from a school that didn't have FFA and ag,
yeah.
What's been maybe your biggest learning curve with that program?
Just well, not so much of a learning curve, because I do have a little bit of an ag background personally, but not so much a learning curve, but just the amount of community support for North Decatur, or even South Decatur in general, as far as just their chapters, just the FFA experience. And like I said, the two individuals that sponsor our FFA and our ag department with Kessler and Mormon, I mean, they do a phenomenal job. I mean, just getting information out to the community, taking kids to events, expos, the state competitions. I mean, they learn a ton.
It's a very busy program, isn't it?
Yes. It's almost like it needs to have its separate school by itself, to be quite honest with you. So, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So as John talked about, iLearn, the dreaded iLearn's coming up. So we are in Checkpoint 3. So I don't know, you guys probably already did Checkpoint 3, didn't you?
We were getting ready to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so at the high school, we'll be doing ELA and math today. And then the iLearn test for 7th and 8th grade will be the week of the 20th for both ELA and math. And then iLearn biology for those students that taken or enrolled in biology for the first time, we'll be taking that in April. So.
And will that be the end of iLearn then for this year, the testing for this year at the end of that?
Yes.
That week?
Yes. Yeah. So once we kind of get that out of the way, and if you talk to any administrator, they would always tell you we're testing. I think when we were on here last, maybe in October, I think we were getting ready for PSAT testing for sophomores and juniors. Got that out of the way. We just finished up with juniors for SAT testing right before spring break. I always try to do it right before spring break because kids are, they're over it.
Yes.
So that was a success. We'll get the scores back hopefully in a week or so. So we'll start breaking out, that data down and figuring out how we can put some remediation in place for those kids, because now SAT is going to be a part of your accountability grade. So, yeah, to answer your question, iLearn will be done hopefully and successful, leading into when we have to test again, the next school year. So also we have AP testing coming up. I ordered those exams back in December, so we have 168 tests. So, which means that if you are enrolled in an AP test, you can be taking several tests. For instance, you could be taking AP Bio and AP US History. So there'll be 168 tests that we will administer to those juniors and seniors that are enrolled in AP classes. So that kind of consumes my days early May.
Sure.
And once we get those out of the way, then we're really in the home stretch of the home stretches, if you will, because then they take finals and then they're done. Yeah, they're done.
Summertime. That's right.
So winter sports were success. If you talk to our boys and girls coaches, they would wish they would have went deeper into the state tournament, but you know how that is. But a lot of promising things, just like John talked about with his 5th and 6th grade. A lot of underclassmen that we're looking forward to coming back next year and taking it into another level. So spring sports are starting next week. Just to tell everybody, senior nights for track and field are April 14th. Senior night for golf is May 18th. Senior night for baseball is May 20th, and then for softball, it's May 22nd. So those are senior nights. If you can't come out to a game, try to come out to at least that game to send off our seniors. Prom is the 25th of April. Yeah, prom is coming up. Any high school administrator will tell you it's not that they dread prom. It's just it's a different atmosphere when prom rolls around. So that's coming up on April 25th. We do have senior scholarship and awards night. That's going to be May 13th. We haven't really set a date for the junior high awards just yet. We're going to try to move around some things in May. And then graduation is set for Saturday, May 30th at noon. And one of the things that I'm really looking forward to that involves John's building is our seniors walk over for a graduation walk. So that's something you and I have to get together with. What that looks like, our seniors get up, kind of dolled up in their cap and gown and go over and kind of walk with a elementary student.
That's special. We did that same thing at Morristown.
Yeah.
And we always did that. It was the very last thing that we did on the last day of school. The seniors would come over and walk the hallways, and just very, very special.
It's that one last sachet through, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of a trip down memory lane, so to speak. You know, I was in these hallways, and now I'm graduating from these hallways. So, so then our last drama production will be Footloose.
Footloose,
fine.
So we have the show dates are April 10th at 7 p.m., April 11th at 7 p.m., and then that's Sunday, April 12th, which will be a matinee, and that'll be a 4 p.m. showtime.
Are those tickets on sale yet?
No, not yet. I know Morgan Schofield, our drama instructor and sponsor, she'll send that information out. She's really good about doing that. So you can always get tickets at the door. So she tries to give you, at least 2, if not 3 different options if you can't make it one particular night. Hopefully you can make it Saturday and Sunday. So.
Very good.
And then just like John mentioned before, we will have our National Honor Society induction ceremony, and that'll be next Thursday, April 2nd at 6:30. We are very honored to announce that we will be inducting 31 8th graders and 29 upperclassmen this year.
Very nice.
Yes. So that's indicative to how we do things at North. We prepare these kids. So
very good. And when is the last student day this year?
The last
26th. So we got to move over to that Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
right
what.
after Memorial Day.
Yeah. And John indicated that earlier. We just had some pretty rough weather come through, and we're very appreciative to the families that made sure their students were getting materials. Whether we were doing asynchronous learning, we have not done synchronous learning just yet, and hopefully we don't.
Hopefully we don't have to.
But that as a consequence, you have to kind of move your calendar the other direction, so to speak. So
have to be flexible. It happens.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
As you both have finished, this is your first year in these buildings this year. What are some takeaways for each of you that you've experienced or things you've learned being in your first year in the new buildings?
Just, and Tim talked about this, just the support in the community. This is an outstanding community. Of course, being a former teacher here, I knew that in coming back, and it's just as I remembered it. And so we are very, very blessed to have outstanding students, teachers, community. You couldn't ask for anything better, for sure.
Yeah, couldn't say it any better. I mean, we're both experienced veteran administrators, just happen to be in a different building, but that was the one thing I took away from first semester, is you just, if something occurs, they don't freak out and it's the end of the world, but they'll, and then when I say they, it's parents and stakeholders in our community. They'll work with you, and hopefully that continues, which I think it will. So, and kids are great, and they really are. So,
and I'm sure the high school is the same way, but like our teachers at the elementary, they're problem solvers. They can think, they can take care of things. They don't always have to come to Mr. Sherman or I, but of course we're always there if they need that. But they take care of business, and if you ever need something, if you just have to ask, and you'll have several people just jump to help and roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty, for sure.
Yeah, and the relationship, from K through 6 to 7 through 12 is very, very strong. I know teachers in my building communicate with teachers in his building. We're looking forward to transitioning those 6th graders over to 7th grade, and there's 92 of them. Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's a big class.
Big incoming 7th grade class. Yes. So, which is going to cause some issues, but we'll tackle them. And like I said, like John put it, teachers are problem solvers. They'll take care of it. I can't tell you how many times where I've had teachers come down to my office and they're like, I got this. I'll take care of it. No big deal. I just want to make sure that that I'm doing it. And I say, yep, you roll with it. Go. So
take care of business, right?
Same thing.
Yep.
So. As you guys look to next year, to your 2nd year in these buildings, any changes or anything that you're looking to improve that you've learned from this year?
Well, one thing that's kind of out of our control, and this is statewide, that's really probably going to impact grades 7 through 12 more so, is that we have a cell phone bill that's making its way through legislation. And I think you were in that. Well, I wouldn't say it was a conference, more like a workshop at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, they hosted the legislative update.
Yes, and it kind of gave us a little prelude of what to expect. I know some of the legislatures had kind of voted no for it, but it's going to get a second reading here shortly, which is going to impact our student handbook and how we communicate with the parents as far as that's concerned. So, and for the listeners, it's cell phones will not necessarily be in student hands as much as they have been in the past. So
right now they're saying bell to bell.
Yes,
cell phones will not be there. So.
Which includes lunch and obviously passing periods. So
Has there been a thought process to how that will be handled yet? That's a big undertaking.
Yeah. So and again. The building that I'm coming from, we were pretty much that way. The author of the bill, Senator Rotz, I actually had his kids in high school as their administrator, and he had come to me several years ago and had discussed cell phones and this bill, so to speak. So I'm very familiar with the terminology that's in that bill because he had not necessarily asked me for all of it, but he did know that we had a handbook out there that had that terminology in it. So I think we're ahead of it at the high school at Norris right now. It's more or less just really hammering it to the students and saying it's not a North Decatur thing; it's a statewide thing. And it's got some advantages, some disadvantages to it, but we'll get through it like we always do. So
just got to roll with the punches as they come.
No big changes at the elementaries next year. Like I said, we have a very large kindergarten group coming in, so just trying to shift things a little bit to make sure that we're giving them plenty of supports and things. And I know I have some meetings coming up with teachers soon, and we're going to be kind of brainstorming some things and just making sure we're meeting our student needs as best as what we can. But yeah, nothing big changing at the elementary next year.
Very good.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else coming up that we need to know about before the end of the school year gets here?
I think
right. I think.
I don't think you guys have any extra spare time to add anything else in.
If I could probably make an analogy right now, administrators across the state are just like what we're seeing in March Madness. It's survive in advance, But John made a good point. We're trying to wrap up the year, but what we have done, at least what I have done these last 9 weeks, is really looking forward to next school year, whereas a lot of the teachers and students are like, I need to get through this school year.
Right.
We as administrators are taught to think that we're looking for the year ahead. So that's what we are doing a lot.
It's a balancing act at this time of the year.
Yeah.
Wrapping up a lot of things, but still getting things prepared for the coming year.
Right.
For sure.
I know there's been a lot of, we were talking legislation earlier, but a lot of talk about budget cuts and all of those kind of things. How do you guys, and I mean, there's no real planning at the moment because there's no real numbers to look at, but how do you, what's the forethought in thinking ahead, to kind of adjust to those? Or is that Dr. Burns' responsibility?
That's Dr. Burns' area right there. Doing cuts is never an easy thing to do. You're trying to figure out how can we save money, and all schools are in that position right now. Without you want to have the least amount of impact on our students, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Well said. I think Dr. Burns is doing the best he can. There's no doubt about that. And he communicates effectively with us as far as the foreseeable future, but in education, not a lot of things is foreseeable. So it all comes down, unfortunately, to budgets and finances and how it impacts schools. So there's not much that we can do about that. Just try to prepare for it, I guess. So
I think that's where everybody's at this point with it. So as we do wind up for the year, as far as communication at home to parents, are we looking at emails, Facebook, social media, so that they know what's going on?
All the above.
Yep, all the above.
Things on social media with Facebook. In July, families will get an email on how to complete registration and finish up that process. And we'll be communicating at that point what our open house looks like for the upcoming year. So emails, social media, all of it.
Yep.
Keep your eyes peeled,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Social media is big. I mean, we've known that for the last couple of years. But high school, we sent out a daily memo to the staff and parents, and there's a weekly newsletter that goes out to the parents as well. And then a lot of things are sent through Harmony, which is our SMS, and then social media, Facebook, Instagram, all those things have probably the most updated information aside from your newsletter that you send out every week. So, yeah.
Very good. Well, good work, guys. I know it was a fast first year, but you made it.
Yeah.
Almost. Knock on wood. We're almost there. So
we probably should put a plug in for transfer students because that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I actually right now we at the elementary we have sent out a Google form to our current families that are out of district just to verify, hey, are you coming back next year?
You had a large incoming last year, right?
We have a lot. We have near 200 out of district students. So that's quite a few. So, but we will be at the elementary. We are going to be opening that process up to the communities on April the 3rd.
Yes.
So next Friday. Not this Friday, but the following Friday. So that will be coming out. We'll have that out on our Facebook page and on our school website. And so, we want to make sure that if you are wanting to come to one of our schools, all that process has to be completed by August the 1st.
Yes. Yep. Ditto for the high school. Same process. The current transfer students that were listed as transfer students this school year have all been contacted, and most of them have completed that form. But if you are wanting to transfer to Decatur schools in general, specifically North and Elementary and the junior senior high school, we have the forms available on the website. We also have the forms in the office as well. So those forms, if you have not attended Decatur, North Decatur County Schools, I should say, that process needs to be completed by the 1st of August. So,
All right. What about teacher request forms? Will you be doing that?
Teacher requests will be coming out in mid-April. We'll be sending those out to our families. And again, it's never a guarantee. We try to match things up as best we can, but at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we're doing what's best for kids.
Very good. Well, there is a lot still to happen this year,
Yes.
so we wish you both well and that you'll
Thank you.
survive this last 9 weeks.
Yes.
And,
Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right, guys. It's
Thank you.
10:30 here on Tree Country, 1330 WTRE.